Morning, my dear students. Today I will continue my class on power plant engineering. Now, today I will start. Already in the previous day, I have completed the several um, problems on Rankine cycle, and I have derived some equations and explained about the Rankine cycles and their modifications in like reheat cycle, regeneration cycle. Now, today I will start from the first portion of the device, that is a boiler. Okay, so as you can see over here, that this is a simple Rankine cycle, and the components or the devices of a simple power plant is boiler, turbine, condenser and pump. Already I have explained all these things, so I am not going to the deep of this diagram, but right now we will stick to this portion. We'll stick to this portion. That means in power plant what happens? Actually, in this power plant, the energy conversion take place. It is the chemical energy of the coal is being converted into mechanical energy, and in between the conversion from the chemical energy of the coal to the mechanical energy and rather in the electrical energy, there are few steps. Just like first the chemical energy of the coal is being converted into heat energy, and that heat energy is rather being converted into mechanical energy, right? So this is the first step. Now, what is boiler? Boiler, we know that it is a device which converts the chemical energy of the coal into the heat energy, and that heat energy is extracted by means of some water, and that water evaporates and it becomes vaporized, and then in the counter case it becomes superheated. So that is the function of boiler. So that is the function when boiler and furnace are a single component. Okay, so the main function of the boiler is to produce steam for power generation, or to produce hot water for heating purpose. That is the main function of boiler. So what will be the definition of boiler? So boiler is a closed vessel in which heat is produced by the combustion of fuel is transferred to the water for its conversion into steam at the desired temperature and pressure. So basically, from the definition we are seeing that boiler supplies steam and at desired temperature and pressure, which rather used to generate power. It may be mechanical power, it may be chemical power, or in some cases just like your sugar factory or just like your paper mills, there also steam is required for heating purposes, because steam is the main steam uses for almost constant temperature heat addition. Okay, so that is the main function of boiler. Now we have to find out how many types of boiler are there. Okay, so there are several types of boiler, but basically in your module you will learn about two boiler, just only their definitions. Okay, so first type, there are several types of boiler. I'm just reciting. You can see in the screen that there are several types of boiler. One is horizontal boiler, vertical boiler, inclined boiler. It is as per its positions. Then fire tube boiler and water tube boiler, externally fired boiler or internally fired boiler, forced circulation and natural circulation boiler, high, medium, low pressure boiler, stationary boiler and portable boiler, a single tube boiler and multi tube boilers. So okay, now we have seen the several types of boiler. Now in your module you have the definitions only of two types of boiler, that is water tube boiler and fire tube boiler. Okay, so first we will understand what is water tube boiler. So as the name implies that water tube boiler, that means we have several tubes. Okay, and that several tubes basically acts as a heat exchanger, which exchanges heats between the fire and the fluid. That means here this is the combustion that is taking place because of the burning of the coal, and that heat is being transferred to the water which is being held by water. Okay, and after getting the heat, the water evaporates, and finally it goes to the turbine, or it goes to some heating purposes. So if the water flows through the tubes, then it is known as water tube boiler. So as you can see, that is, here the water is coming in and it is going through the this tube and here it is heated up, and because of the heating, the water converted into the steam, and that steam is again goes to the chamber, or this is known as steam drum. And when the desired temperature and the pressure acquires, then the steam outlet opens and it goes outside. So one thing you must remember, in boiler temperature only increases, there is no changes in the variations. That's why I've always termed as the pressure is constant pressure, and the pressure is termed as boiler pressure. The pressure increment happens the pump which feeds the water into the steam drum. Okay, so you can see, so if the water flows through the drums, then it is termed as water tube boiler. Now these are some specifications of water tube boiler. Where the water tube boiler is used, the water tube boilers are used in high steam demand and pressure requirement, because in the water tube boiler we can achieve a higher pressure, as well as the steam supply is maximum with respect to the fire tube boiler. Okay, so you can see the capacity range of water tube boiler, that is, it can supply from 4,500 to 1,20,000 kg of steam per hour. So you can see how much capacity of a water tube boiler is. Okay, so the structure is like that. It is used for high steam demand and pressure requirement. So what are the examples? It comes in your examinations, just like your competitive examinations, that it will be told that Babcock and Wilcox boiler, which type of boiler it is. So you have to take on the water tube boiler. So there are several examples, right? So the examples are that Babcock and Wilcox boiler, Stirling boiler, Lamont boiler, Yarrow boilers are the water tube boilers. So these are the examples of water tube boilers. Okay, next comes the fire tube boiler. Okay, so fire tube boiler, this diagram, it will be clear that as the name implies, that fire tube means if the fire flows through the tube, then it is known as fire tube boiler. Okay, so it is the costliest boiler because the fire flows through the tube. So you can see here there is a furnace, and the furnace is producing the hot gases, and that hot gases is flowing through the tubes, and that tube is inserted into the steam drum. Steam drum means which supplies steam and which holds the steam, that is known as steam drum. So these tubes are inserted in the boiler, right? And in the boiler, whenever this steam flows through the tubes, because of the surface area of the tube, the heat is transferred from the tube to the water, and after getting the water, the steam evaporates and it becomes heated. Okay, and that heated steam, whenever the desired temperature is reached, then it goes through this. The valve will open, and after opening the valve, the steam will flow throughout the valve. That is known as the fire tube boiler. Now, what is the capacity of fire tube boiler? Look at over here. The capacity of the fire tube boiler is 12,000 kg per hour. 12,000 kg per hour. And if we see the water tube boiler, so you can see it is up to 1,20,000 kg per hour. So you can see the variations. So for small scale requirement, we use the fire tube boiler. But in the fire tube boiler, it has a variety of fuel. That means variety of fuel can be used in fire tube boiler because the steam supply rate is little bit less than the water tube boiler. So it can operate with oil, with gas, or solid fuels, right? So these are the main functions, or these are the capacities of fire tube boiler. Then what will be the example of fire tube boiler? So you can see the fire tube boiler has several examples, just like Cochrane boiler, Lancashire boiler, Cornish boiler, locomotive boiler. So this boiler is right now obsolete, but still you have to remember that locomotive boiler is a fire tube boiler. Where you have seen this locomotive boiler, so I can give you one example of this locomotive boiler. So you can see the movie Gadar, ek prem katha. So in the Gadar movie, whenever the train was running in the Pakistan, that the boiler was used, that was that locomotive boiler. So you have to feed the coal inside that engine, and the coal is burnt, and then the steam is generated. So that type of boiler is used on that movie. Okay, so these are the two examples of fire tube boiler. Okay, so with this I am completing today's lecture. Thank you.